Second shot for Colin Morikawa at the 9th.
Good looking lie. These have been some of the cleanest lies in fairway bunkers. I mean, usually PGA Tour, you get some pretty good lies. Wow, what a great shot. But you also see kind of the teeth mark of the rake, some little bitty ruts. I don't even...
It's a little trick out of a fairway bunker.
You're going to send me to the range.
Now Homa.
Look like he's taking dead aim. Homa, good iron player. Not quite in the range of his playing partner, but not there.
All right, back at 2 now, Streelman.
Yeah, just a layup here, 288 to the hole. Really just put in a position where you can get a wedge on it, and that's well done.
Oh, you don't see that too often anymore. Usually guys are just trying to get up there as close as they can as we...
Yeah, just hit that right bunker.
Jordan's got a club that normally requires a head cover.
He's got 274.
Straight, mostly in. A little off to the left. Yeah, look, that's actually a little off to your left. Right at that bunker? Mm-hmm.
He's aimed towards that right green side bunker. The fairway tilts right to left here, so gets him up the right-hand side. The ball will kind of chase towards the green. You just can't miss left here. Now that ball comes out low, needs to go a little bit. Pretty aggressive play, well rewarded there.
Thanks.
Yep, got lucky. Not going to quite get up to the front, caught that ridge, but that's not a bad leave.
Just as good as a good one. Homa now at 9 on the upslope, semi-buried.
First plug of the week that I've seen, I think. As far as plug bunker lies, this is as easy as it gets, though. It is a little downhill. If he could fly it to the green, it's not that bad. If it comes out knuckling and lands short, it could kick and go well past. There you go.
Yeah, I think you could argue that was, I would have been #1 in the world. Oh, that's the line of the day. It's going to be tough to top that one.
Now, we all have our knacks, things we struggle with and things we don't.
Well, Max Homa struggled with the putter, especially yesterday. Lost nearly 4 strokes to the field with his putter. The longest putt he made was a 6-footer. Today it's been a little bit better. Certainly coming off that made 37-footer at number 8. This is a big one for momentum as he makes the turn.
You hate giving that just right back. You kind of stole a shot on the last. You don't want to let the course take it away from you, and that is exactly what it is.
Streelman's 3rd at 2.
From 95 yards, got to be careful to spin here. There is a false front. Back into the breeze. Well, if this doesn't have spin on it, this is going to be really good.
Not much.
Yeah, 39 yards, kind of an awkward yardage. I got to believe he's going to maybe play it into that false front upslope and then let it bounce and hop. Well, he's taking a different route. Guess that was well chosen.
One of the best in the business at that.
He just kind of took it back and, like you said, kept those hands going way forward, de-lofted it.
Now Morikawa for his birdie and the payoff from the fairway bunker shot. That was so good.
It's off the left side of the screen where kind of Kevin is putting towards. You almost feel like this ball should go left because the creek and everything is left of the screen, but overall I think it's a pretty straight putt, maybe even movement both ways.
Boy, good call, Carney. I mean, where Streelman was standing, if you look up to his right, there's a hillside. If you look down to his left, there's that big valley and little creek. It's got to go left. The lay of the land dictates that it goes left, but...
Kevin Streelman, Jordan Spieth looking for birdie start himself.
Yeah, not sure you could have left it in a much better position. I mean, this is kind of up the little incline. Shouldn't be much movement in this at all.
You gonna look at the hole or not, or the ball on this one? This is that range where he kind of varies it up.
I'm betting on the ball on this one. Oh, we'll never know.
We'll never know.
Carney can tell us.
Doesn't matter.
All I know is he's looking at the cup to pick the ball out.
10th hole, Colin Morikawa starting his back nine.
It looks like the tee box, the tee markers are up just a little and might make you visually not have to draw it as much. An overhanging tree, that's perfect. Overhanging tree just a few yards off the tee. Makes it look like you have to hook it.
7-8 fairways so far for Colin Morikawa. Now Max with the big stick.
Not the club we've seen most of the week, but we've seen a few, and we have seen a lot in those bunkers.
As we go to the par 3 third. Jordan Spieth, Michael Greller, calibrating the numbers.
Yeah, 219 downhill. A little bit of breeze in and off the right. You know, even a missed left in those bunkers is not bad. You miss it right up on that slope. Boy, you got a tricky little shot down to that hole that's very close to that back right edge, or the right edge, I should say, not back right. Oh, this ball on a good line now, drifting a little right, maybe right of the flag.
Good ball.
Really nice lead on this tricky par 3.
And it's such a cool hole. As you guys know, when you play from LA, it seems like it's forever for the ball to drop and finally get on the green or land. It's just kind of a cool feeling and a cool look for sure. And this ball on a good line as well. This is going to be deeper in the green. Boy, this could be really good.
Get towards it, lands a little short. Right at the camera, yeah?
Sounds like it's the 8 iron.
Yep, between 7 and 8, peeler 7, and he goes, I'm going to trap this one. Not draw it, just trap it down the line. Meaning, have the handle leading a little more than usual, at least feel like it is, to where you de-lofted it a degree or so.
Oh, that's not enough.
That's not enough. Yes, it is. What a bounce.
Yeah, it was bigger than we've seen. I want to think that this is a club that I want to take right at it. I want to think of it as a scoring club. If I have it down there with the 7 and 6 iron, I'm being a little more conservative. Let's face it, we know how well Colin Morikawa can hit his irons, as we see.
Where did the 9 iron fit in that situation? That's the funny.
Oh, it's down there with the wedges too. Yeah.
Okay.
Now Homa.
Good looking.
Yeah, really good shot.
And Jordan Spieth up the hill for 3 straight birdies.
Yeah, this is one that you might believe has a lot of break right to left. I don't think it's very much. It's just slightly uphill. Actually may even work a little right.
The one he didn't like the read a whole lot or wasn't super comfortable with it. It was the tiniest bit tentative.
Location down in the lower section. Kevin Streelman for his 2.
Yeah, it's interesting, just like we talked about on the last hole there, Robert. You got that big hill to the right of the green, so you got to figure this ball goes pretty hard right to left, but it doesn't. I think this one for Streel's pretty straight, maybe even sneak a little right as well.
Counterintuitive, one you've just got to trust once you see it and read it. He started out to the left. That away.
Well, almost a little double break. Blackburn in his golf game over the last year or so. And just refining. I mean, these guys aren't trying to get... A guy like Max Homa, then he won Wells Fargo. Things were pretty good, right? You're just trying to get a few percent better.
Mm-hmm. You're not trying to relearn the sport. Just really the trick is identifying what you do wrong, what mistake that you have that sneaks in at the wrong times, and learning how to correct it. The best way to correct it, best thoughts to keep those bad habits at bay.
for the par 5, and Kevin Streelman ready to go.
Yeah, 290 to the edge of that front edge of that bunker on the left-hand side. This is nowhere near that. This is going to be good. Up the right-hand side should find the fairway.
Jordan nimble-footed there. I don't know if Carney caught that, but he almost fell over top of the tee.
Now Morikawa for birdie at 10.
Can't do much in it. Almost didn't do a whole lot. Wasn't the exact line, but close. That was ugly.
You look at your putter face. Did I have the Dave Pell's putter clips on that one?
Yeah, is there a grain of sand?
Back to 4 and Spieth.
Yeah, you'd really like to peel it off that edge of that bunker in the rough on the left-hand side. Now this one's starting left. That looks like that may find that fairway bunker unless it gets a good bounce.
In it and
Layup for Jordan Spieth at the par 5 fourth. Lengthy hole anyways, might have had to lay up. Regardless, as we look at Max Homa, the comebacker, I was always not as good as I should have been as watching as the golf ball went past the hole. How about you, Robert?
I was pretty diligent with it, all in all. I mean, you might as well try to steal any bit of information you can. I understand the, oh boy, the disgust like that of missing a, oh, geez, careful there.
You certainly can play it over there to the left in the fairway. But now Morikawa. Good start.
Yeah, 291. You got 258 to the front edge. This one headed out to the right-hand side. That should be short of that green side bunker in the rough.
He gave a lash at that. He's seeing that one released 180 degrees as we look at Spieth with the layup.
At 282, he actually could try to go for the green, but I think this is a smart play. Go with an iron, leave it well short of the bunkers, left side of the fairway.
Oh, we saw a putter out of a bunker yesterday on 11.
Yeah, the tree on the right. This is just a different tee box, I believe. This tree on the right's not even there.
So many different tee boxes and different angles they can give you. I mean, there's...
With the layup.
Yeah, it does.
He's got a great angle, 93 yards. Could play this a number of ways. I think he's going to land it short of the flag. There's a little downslope there. Get it to hop. And then spin possibly to the right side. This is on a good line.
And good distance. That'll be a kick-in for Jordan Spieth. 3 out of the first 4.
Streelman's third.
From 42 yards. That's well played. Also, just had a lot of complicated slopes on that front port of the green. So he's
To 11. Second shot here for Max Homa.
This whole location tight on that front left corner. Ideal shot, really. Just throw it a little past it and let it spin back. The green's showing a little bit more bounce today.
Is Colin Morikawa too close? Not at 109.
And he's got a great aiming spot there, Max Homa's golf ball, for a guy who likes to fade it.
This flag mark seems like it has brought too close into play.
It should work a little bit down the slope. It should start to the right and then swing back to the hole. But again, this is all about speed here, Mark.
It is, yeah, matching that up. I've seen some shortish misses so far for Kevin Streelman. Longest putt he's had today is the only one he's made. It's that par save at 1. Some nice birdie tries on the 11 in a row. Might happen.
I like I like the positivity. Spieth, just a short one here.
Kind of like when he does what I think he's going to do. Not a good birdie there.
Knock. Over at 11 now, Morikawa for birdie.
So speed is certainly the issue on that one. Wasn't trying to hit that 4 or 5 feet by the hole. Had probably the proper line, hit that ball on the right line that he was trying to, and just with the wrong speed. Collin Morikawa, very mature in his approach to this game, and not scared to ask questions to those that have played it at a very high level before. You know, this saw grip that we see, learned it from Marco Mira. It was really only about a 10-minute conversation just talking about it in Las Vegas, how Marco Mira grips it, and then Collin Morikawa decided to try it, won the very next week.
He can't get any worse. I don't know how you feel about that on a Sunday morning.
They're still playing for some dollars.
Yeah,
you know,
points
and there's pride no matter what, and also just kind of thinking about next week and just trying to find something. I mean, this game of golf, you just want to play it as good as possible. And I think also too, I mean, right now projected number 10 likely isn't going to go to 11, but if he does go to 11 and that happens, he'll be kicking himself for giving up. And wow, Max Homa's on the run on these taps. Obviously a stroke plus how close it was.
All right, to the tee now at 5. And Spieth.
306 today. Little helping wind off the right. But that front left hole location, I think really tough to get it close with that one oak tree that stands century some 25 yards short of the green on the right. Now this is hitting well for Jordan, but this working left, not sure if we'll catch one of the bunkers or end up in the rough over on the left-hand side.
Looks like it's going to be in the rough, and yeah, not a lot of green to work with. Well, let's see a flop shot from Jordan coming up.
Streelman's going for it.
Why not? This better get up though. Oh, just clears the trees, but that's right on line with that big oak tree. May need to get lucky.
Yeah, it did. Interesting as we watch Morikawa, the hole locations and what used to be a hard one versus what is now a hard one. Mark, you used to put the hole over in kind of the sucker hole spot, and that would be a hard one. Well, now the one that punishes the bail.
Mediate, and that 14th hole they made drivable, and they put the hole location over there up against the right bunker so that the person that was rewarded most was the one that took it along the ravine. But if you bailed it over there in that what looked like the easier side, well, you had a bunker shot you couldn't get up and down without making a long putt. So it's a very good observation, Brian.
Here at 5, Mark Carnevale, what do you think of this spot?
Actually, it's not a bad spot because he's kind of past pin high. So he's playing back to the hole. It's a little uphill from that left side once he gets on the green to the flag. The one thing he's got to be careful is hitting it too far because there's a false front there, but he's got some slope that's left of the flag beyond it he could use as well, but I think it's very doable here.
Oh, it flew. Sit.
I mean, really doable.
So that listening golf ball cushion.
Streelman's bunker shot.
Not terribly difficult, a little an upslope once it gets on the green, so should be able to get this close.
Have you ever played tennis against Coach K, Mark? Carney?
No, I haven't. I have not. My brother has. Dick Vitale plays a lot of tennis too, so I've seen some of those matches. Ooh. He and Bobby Crimmins would play those guys. Not much in this putt for Jordan, just working a little right to left.
Not taking advantage of that.
Certainly, I think one of the more accessible hole locations if you don't find the green, but I think it's going to be hard to get it close to this one today with your tee shot.
Way over to 12. Homa's second.
274. And that's when you go, yeah, of course. Yeah, just go over the green. Just fine. I mean, I said a good shot. It's going to go over the green.
Now Morikawa.
Got the proper ball flight for this one. That little left to right. Seems like it's a little more reliable this weekend. Nice soft landing.
And number here today is Kevin Streelman gets set to play 213. I think a very accessible hole location. You want to probably land it, play it left of the flag. Once it lands on the green, it should drift right, but this one's left. Oh, that's going to be a tough shot there for Kevin. And now Jordan is certainly disappointed with that miss back there at 5. Again, really just want to start it maybe 10, 15 feet left of the flag and let it drift to the right.
Wow.
Oh, that scoots a tree. That was tough. Well left. That's left of Kevin's ball.
12. Homa over the green in 2, and that's the lie.
Kind of back into the grain a little bit. So once again, just an educated guess. Big break right to left. And that's one of those, the further up you play it, the more it's going to break. It was just in a really tough spot after.
Don't have it. Well, Max is only 1 shot out of 66. The one-unders. There's no outliers this week. Morikawa for eagle.
He was over par for so long, and now a chance to get to 4 under for the tournament. He's trying to protect that 6 through 10 ranking and that staggered scoring as he heads to East Lake next week. Guy who came in #1 in the Wolf at the Zurich Classic of New Orleans when, as we know, Matthew Wolff was kind of going through some of his struggles. So that was going to be a tough one to make either way. But certainly working on some momentum to take him into East Lake.
So he picks up 4 points projected with that birdie. The winner, 8.
Right. Yeah, down there at the bottom, there's not a whole lot. You got to get up there in the top 40 or so where they really start multiplying by a little bit more.
And all of this is based on the premise that the leaderboard would then freeze right here, right where it is right now.
More.
To 6 in Spieth.
I mean, really pretty good from there. I mean, the lie was okay, but that was a very severe downslope.
Certainly acceptable. Coming off a short missed putt at the last, he'll have something like that here to save his par.
Now Streelman.
And as you said, Mark was fortunate the ball came down to a little flatter spot. Also going to use the contour. Though that one looked like he may have caught a little high on the club face.
And that's one of those too where it's so far over there kind of by the shoulder of the other bunker where, you know, it's so steep that first part of the green, your mind starts to think, okay, this is downhill the whole way. And you kind of forget that the last maybe 8-10 feet flattens out a lot, almost goes maybe back more up the hill. So good tendency for my own game, a lot of guys' games, to leave that shot short. Take the whole picture in of the shot.
Well, Streelman had his best finish of the season in his first start of the season.
2 years ago? No.
Yeah,
It feels like
seems
it.
like it. Yeah, it was a 3rd place finish at the Safeway Open. It was one of his 4 top 10s. It's an interesting emotional place, Carney, when you start the season with so much promise. I mean, it wasn't a bad season at all for Kevin Streelman, but your best start is your first one?
Yeah, as Mark knows, your expectations, even as we know, we've been out here long enough, you kind of need to temper them somewhat. I mean, obviously, every player out here expects to play well, expects and hopes to win, but I would agree. I mean, I think sometimes you get a little too comfortable, but I think Kevin's been out here long enough to understand that. But that's golf, Mark. I mean, there's no guarantees you're going to play well.
It's nice to at least play well at once.
Certainly take some pressure off by getting off to a good start. This putt, as I say, it may come back a little left right at the end.
Well, it definitely stopped moving to the right.
Putter
These
not,
are some. Go ahead, Mark.
yeah, putter's not behaving for Kevin Streelman as he'd like.
Yeah, these greens have a lot of undulation in them. Obviously, there's a lot of contour all around this golf course, but man, these are some pretty tough greens to read.
Kind of got to put the blinders on almost too, right? Like there's just so many slopes around. You got to focus on what's actually going to affect your golf ball.
I think easy to overread these greens without question, Mark. Now, this is interesting coming from this angle. As I looked at this, you kind of see it pretty straight. And as Kevin's went left, I mean, if Jordan starts it too far right, I can see it going further right.
Put it right there. No problem. Well, it was an interesting trip at the 13th yesterday.